Welcome back to the Nerd Lounge 2.0. My wife and I are here at the Nerd Lounge, and my name is Austin. My wife's name is Roshana. She's very cool, and we are your friendly neighborhood movie review watcher couple, and we're here to review and watch movies and shows and anything that you guys want us to watch. If you want a review of paint drying, that is your prerogative, so let us know what we should watch and review. So, as always, we are ready. We're very ready. This is us being ready. We're so ready. Alright, well, this week we watched X-Men 97, finally. Early thoughts? Initial thoughts?
I'm not going to tell you my thoughts yet. We're going to rate it.
Well, I know, but just like...
I'm not going to tell you my thoughts until after we rate it.
Okay, well, I want to ask a question. If it could be any X-Men, or should we wait for the questions?
We're going to wait for everything until we rate the doggone show.
But we always start with like an icebreaker.
Yeah, and now we're going to start with rating the shows.
Is that how we're going to start?
That's how we're going to start.
Alright, fine. Okay. What do you want to do? 5 stars out of 10?
Out of 10. Because I think IMDb does out of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. X-Men 97 out of 10.
Ready?
Let's get 1 to 10.
We're going to say at the same time.
Okay.
Ready, set, go. 7
out of 10. 7? That's like incredibly low.
That's not incredibly low.
This show was fantastic.
I give it a 7.
I give it a 9. I give it a 90%.
I give it a 7.
I think it was really awesome. There's only a few low parts. The only reason why it wasn't a 10 was because episode 4 I thought was completely disjointed. It didn't mesh into the greater scheme, but every other episode flowed, I think, very well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think.
You don't think?
I don't think. I just watch stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Because he tells me to watch it. Then he gets mad at what I rate it.
I do?
When I'm giving it an honest rating.
No.
Because I haven't read any X-Men comics. I didn't watch the old X-Men.
I've seen the old show. I watched it when I was a kid. I was watching it before this, but I didn't finish it. I only finished the first season, but I've seen it when I was a kid. I don't remember every single thing about it, but this show is a immediate continuation of the original show. The original show is really good. It's very old, and there's like a whole story about like the animation studios and why it looks, it obviously looks like the time it was made, because it was made in 92, 93 or something like that. So it definitely looks like it's from that time. And obviously, if you watch this directly after watching it, obviously it's going to look much different because the animation has come so far, but it's really good. It's really good. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly suggest you watch it. You might have seen it because it came out like 9 months ago, because you can count on us to review things months after they're out. So, well, do you got like highs and lows you want to go into?
No, I mean, I guess just that one episode. You were asleep the whole last episode. Now you want to just come out.
He's got food, I think. You need to stop worrying so much about the cat. Cat is fine.
Excuse me?
Cat is gonna be fine. You worried like the cat.
Is anybody looking for a husband?
You literally think last time was everyone looking for a cat.
And now anyone looking for a husband.
Is it? Look, there he goes. See, if you just let him do his thing, he's gonna chill out.
I'll let you do your thing. You just don't ever chill out.
Oh my god, I'm chilling out right now.
Anyways, back to what we were talking about. I think the episode Jubilee didn't go anywhere. I think it was more so of an episode of where she's like, "Oh, you have like more power than you think you do. You go, girl."
It was trying to build up Jubilee, and I think Roberto de la Costa, whatever his name is,
they flipped it.
Well, it's trying to give character development, because the original series follows Jubilee a lot. She's pretty much like kind of like one of the main characters of at least the first season that I can remember. But there's a lot that goes on in the original show. They pretty much. And
then what episode was it? Was episode not 5? 5 was good. Was it 3? episode 3?
Episode 3 was called Fire Made Flesh.
Is that the one where...
I think that was the one where Mr. Sinister came out and you learned about the gene clone.
Okay, then is it episode 6 then?
Episode 6 is Life Death Part 2. That's when Storm gets her powers back with Forge.
Okay, so what is the episode when Xavier is with who is she?
That's episode 6. Oh, where she's with Empress Lailani?
Yeah. It's like, where did that even come from? Is that in like the first X-Men stuff, or no, they just threw that in there?
I honestly don't remember. So go ahead and let us know in the comments where that came from, because I don't remember that from the original show, but I am going to go back and watch all of the episodes because I love that show. I watched it when I was a young child.
Yeah. They threw it in there that Xavier died. He's not dead. He's actually on a different planet, engaged to the Empress, and then like the sister doesn't like it, and then he realizes that after whatever amount of time he's been gone, because I don't think it ever says how long at that point Xavier having, or maybe it does, like when the news comes on.
Well, it's probably like a year, because
at that point he then realizes that he doesn't want to give up on his X-Men, and then he goes back.
Yeah.
But you were like...
all in the span of a single episode.
Yeah, you were like fully prepared to give up on them because you faked your own death.
We're already living there.
You faked your own death to go away.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch it. And I would suggest that you watch it with me because it's good.
That's my second time watching this.
No, the original.
Oh.
Then you get the nostalgia, man.
I am nostalgic.
It's all about the nostalgia. Yeah, so granted, do we know everything about the comics?
No.
Do I know some stuff? Yeah. Do I know everything? No. But I know some stuff. So, what I want to do is, before we start talking about the show, I want to do a draft. We're going to draft our X-Men team and then pit them against each other. One at a time. We're going to choose 5. You literally said you make the segments. I don't want to make a
Yeah, but we need to start figuring out.
just here.
You guys give him some ideas on things that we should do other than drafting teams at this point.
We do cut 5s, keep 5s.
That's still drafting technically, because you're keeping 5 and you're cutting 5. When I'm about to keep 5 and then I'm gonna cut the 5. Whatever. You guys understand.
How many different ideas are there? Okay, yeah, give us some ideas in the comments. I asked the people in the comments and they say I don't have any ideas. Nobody knows ideas, or they're not want to be involved. I don't know. So let us know, man.
Give me this. Give me this so I can pick my team.
No, you were doing one at a time.
One at a time?
Yeah.
That's crap.
You can't just pick 5 and then...
Okay, alright, fine. Cool, bet. He's for sale. Mine are going to be the one with the stars on top.
Well, no, you pick one and I won't pick it. So you say, my first pick is going to be this, and then I'll say my pick is this. We go back and forth like a draft, like the NFL draft.
Fine. My first pick is Jean Grey.
Okay.
No, I don't watch football, dude.
But you know what a draft is?
Draft root beer. Draft beer.
Where the people come to your town and they say, you've been drafted for the war, Mr. Smith, whatever.
The cat.
He's fine. It's 9 minutes in.
Okay.
And we're already having such rocky starting.
Whose fault is that?
It's not mine.
Someone who's ill prepared?
I'm not.
And poorly time managed?
No.
Are you sure?
What?
Are you sure?
You wanted... Do you want me to go to work or not? I had to go to work this morning.
Okay. You could have prepared this all last night.
Alright. I was. Mostly.
And yesterday.
Okay, alright. Go ahead. Start the draft.
I did. I said my first draft pick is Jean Grey.
Okay, I'm picking just my favorite characters. My first draft pick is Gambit.
Gambit? Okay, good for you. My second... Oh my god. My second draft pick is Morph.
You gonna pick Morph?
I'm gonna pick Morph.
Why? Because he can become other heroes?
Yeah.
Alright, my next draft pick is Nightcrawler, because I love Nightcrawler.
Okay. My third draft pick is Professor X.
Okay, yeah, strong. I guess if you're going Prof X, I'll go Magneto.
Okay. If you're gonna go Magneto, I'm gonna go Rogue.
Ooh. Try to counterbalance him a little bit.
Maybe.
Okay, you could probably absorb his power. That'd be sick. Obviously, I gotta go Wolverine because I'm a guy.
Fuck. That was my next pick. All right, you go Wolverine.
One more pick each.
You go Wolverine. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Cyclops.
You gonna pick Cyclops?
Yeah.
And Jean Grey? That's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. All right. So my last pick. Well, I guess if we're going for strength, I gotta go with Storm.
Okay.
So my team is Gambit, Nightcrawler, Storm, Wolverine, Magneto. That's pretty strong.
Okay, and my team is Jean Grey, Cyclops, Professor X, Morph, and Rogue.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Who do you want to do? Who we would pit up against each other?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
Is that too much thinking?
Maybe. We'd be here for 45 minutes. We got a date with the pool.
I mean, these kind of segments too we could just talk about that for 45 minutes. You know, who would beat who? Because I would put Gambit against Rogue because they wouldn't kill each other.
Well, no shit.
They would fight each other, but they wouldn't kill each other. It'd be like Black Widow versus Hawkeye in Civil War. They wouldn't kill each other. You know.
Yeah, but the only problem with your team is that if Magneto and Gambit are both in love with Rogue, and I have Rogue on my team, they'd probably kill each other for her. So
you think you would turn
either way?
You think you would turn my team against each other?
Maybe.
Magneto is definitely in love with Rogue, but Rogue is I think more in love with Gambit.
Did anybody want a husband and a cat? He did so good. Stop it! He did so good last episode.
Yeah, he was passed the heck out. And then you have Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Yeah.
Jean Grey would.
Yeah, but Jean Grey's in love with Wolverine, so could she manipulate?
No, Wolverine's in love with Jean.
Jean is also in love with Wolverine.
I mean,
she loves him to a certain extent.
I think she loves him. Yeah, I think her heart belongs to Cyclops, but she definitely loves Wolverine. It would definitely be Storm against Jean Grey. That would be the fight of the century, and then Magneto versus Professor X.
Yeah.
And then I guess, but also you have Morph, and Wolverine and Morph are like best friends. Like in the original show, they're like best friends. Morph is like borderline in love with Logan. You know, so there's a lot of.
Also, because I do have Morph, he can be anyone, and they can be fighting self to self.
You could have two Wolverines, but that doesn't change. Well, I guess he changes his entire anatomy because he had the Hulk strength and he had the quickness of Quicksilver and stuff like that. And the people that we left out were Cable, Bishop, Forge, Jubilee, and Sunspot, Roberto de la Costa, whatever his name is. So let us know down below what your teams would be, or your favorite X-Men, or what X-Men power you would like. What X-Men power would you want? That's a good one.
I don't know.
Like if you could pick any X-Men power, I would pick Nightcrawler or Gambit because they're just my favorite. Top two favorite. Jean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Telekinesis and telepathy.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
A little unpredictable.
Yeah. Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Or you choose Magneto and you can control slot machines.
That is true. That is true. But if I was you, I could just control the things, people in the slot machines and say that I won. Even though I didn't win.
You could just mind manipulate everybody to give you a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Just go rob banks.
Okay.
But then you would make it seem like you weren't even there. Like on the cameras, you can make them yourself not appear.
I think we had that discussion last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, last episode. What did we watch?
Well, we did telekinesis or telepathy. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That was just our little chat. Okay. Well, that was our same segment that we always do, I guess. So please let us know in the comments what other types of segments that there are, because I can only think of doing a cut 5, keep 5, doing a draft, making a bracket, trivia, questions, what would you rather, stuff like that. Like, you know, do you have any off the cuff ideas? Not right now, but just like for the future.
No.
Okay. All right, well that was my segment, and that took us a whopping 6 minutes. So I wrote down talking points for the show that we can talk about.
Okay.
I wrote writing, animation, action, characters, cameos, villains.
Okay.
Are there anything within that really stood out to you? The cameos were cool. It really showed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that this show is canon. Like it's like part of the greater timeline. I think it's just like a one-off or a spin-off, or it continues the show, which is not.
Did you see the Spider-Man cameo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in there. Yeah. There was a lot of cool cameos. Let's see how many I can name. How many can you name?
There was Spider-Man. There was Iron Man. There was Captain America. There was Daredevil. There was Hulk, technically, kinda, a little bit, even though it wasn't like the real Hulk.
Yeah.
There was I don't know. I think that's it. Because I don't know a lot of the older characters. I don't know a lot of comic book characters.
That was a lot of good ones. That was like the main ones.
I know like the Marvel characters, obviously.
There was Ronan the Accuser. There was Silver Samurai. There was Omega Red. There was some other really good ones. Cloak and Dagger was in there. That was sick. That was actually sick. And we're going Morph. Morph became Archangel and he became Quicksilver. That was tight. Yeah, I think there was a few more that I didn't know, but
and then just pause real quick because now I need to rant a little bit. We're gonna have these little segments, rants with Ray, in these podcasts. Why the hell would you put Captain America and Iron Man in there if they weren't even fighting? They weren't even fighting. Like, they put Captain America in there to see Rogue, and then like that was it. And then you seen him again like in the synagogue or whatever, or whatever that he was at with Iron Man. Or was it not supposed to be about like them being in the fight? Or was it supposed to be like the Avengers not fighting against mutants because they don't want to be involved in that kind of thing because they like can't do it or they'll get in trouble type of crap?
I think it was probably the idea of like choosing sides like that.
So dumb.
Because I don't know
what timeline that takes place.
I don't know if, well, because it's in 1997, so we got to think about kind of the timeline probably of the comics of that time, I would imagine. So it depends if like the Sokovia Accords were enacted yet, because the X-Men are part of the Sokovia Accords too. That was all, they were all, I'm pretty sure that's what Civil War was. Civil War involves Fantastic Four and X-Men and Spider-Man and all those guys. Like the Civil War comics is like, you know, in the movie it was like 6 against 6, but in the comics it's like 50 against 50. It's like there's like a whole hero war, you know, that goes on. What?
Now his ass is laying down. He gets on my nerve. Should have named you Havoc.
Wreak havoc. Yeah, there's like a huge thing, and Spider-Man is like the guy that kind of stops each side from fighting. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, they probably just did that to, first of all, just
bring them in.
Just to bring them in, just to show that they're involved in X-Men stories, because they are, because everyone is joined. Like, there's the X-Men stories, there's the Avenger stories, everyone has their individual stories, but it's all the same universe, everyone's connected. A lot of it takes place in New York, and because the mansion is in like, or is it in, I think it's in what, England? Manchester or whatever?
I don't know where the mansion's at. I think I looked it up, but I forgot.
I think it's in England, yeah. So there's like that, but then there's like a bunch of stuff in New York, like the Fantastic Four building is in New York, and there was a Morph cameo of Mr. Fantastic. That was cool. So there's a lot of cool things that they did in this show that I really enjoyed. Do you have a favorite episode?
Favorite episode? I think we already know what your favorite episode is.
Nope.
Yes, we do. He's watched it 4 times, guys. I think my favorite episode probably would have to be, I want to say maybe like the end episode.
The final showdown with like,
I think so.
And them shooting into the future?
I think so. Because I feel like the episode with Storm and what's his name? Forge? They're kind of boring.
Yeah?
I thought it was kind of boring.
Forge is super sick, though.
That's great. And it's amazing that they wanted to show, like, this, like, cute, like, little love part in their lives. But it was, like, really, like, boring.
It kind of...
And then the D word came out of nowhere.
The adversary.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. And then that was a thing for
I really liked that episode. Where Storm gets her power back because...
No, not that one. The one where when she first went to his house and they were like eating soup or whatever.
Part 1. The Motendo episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was just super disjointed. Yeah.
So, I saw that kind of part was wrong. When she got her powers back, yeah, that was cool. She got her powers back.
I couldn't tell you why her hair grew miraculously. Yeah.
But then like she got her powers back, and then she like flew from inside the ground out and was like flying, soaring.
And then like winds
and then
up
cut
like back
at the house with old boy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she was like flying into like.
Yeah,
the
she
ether
just like kind of left him for dead for 10
like,
minutes.
Split second, but then she found the cactus juice and like healed him or whatever. Yeah.
So he's good now.
My favorite episode is episode 5.
It was a lot of people. Well, it shouldn't be a favorite because it's a really sad episode. But
the reason why is because
he likes his Gambit.
Gambit is my number 1 favorite X-Men, and he always has been, and he always will be.
His name's Gambit. Mon ami. Whatever.
Remember it. And he blows everything up. Yeah, dude, I did not expect that. I applaud them for having the guts to kill off an X-Men and have him stay dead as far as we know. I highly doubt he's going to stay dead because people don't really stay dead, which I honestly wish they would, because then it creates an actual tension. You know, the stakes. There's an actual stakes. Like, people can die. Well, it sounds like all the people that Magneto was protecting died. Like Leech and the Murloc. What are they called? The Morlocks.
Yeah.
Sounds like they got obliterated by the giant Master Mold machine. So that's why I liked episode 5.
Which is crazy, because how did Magneto not die? If the kid died and the kid was holding on to Magneto, and the thing blew him up. Like, but does Magneto have healing powers?
No, but he's just inherently one of the strongest mutants. So maybe like him using the force field protected him just enough to not completely die. And then Bastion found him. Bastion, who also I thought was a pretty sick villain. Mr. Sinister. He's pretty cool.
Dude. What was the guy's name at the end? The mechanic guy?
N7 Muir?
Whatever his name is. This cyborg looking guy, the bad guy.
Bastion.
Doesn't he?
The guy with like the crazy...
He's like purple.
The crazy wings and he's all like mechanical? Yeah, Bastion. Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of? And I feel like they took that character and him and kind of like made it into like one almost. As I was like listening to how he was talking and stuff, he sounds a lot like Ultron. A lot like Ultron. If you go back and watch it.
Are you thinking of Mr. Sinister with like the mechanical voice?
Not Mr. Sinister.
The guy at the very end, who was turning everyone into like the cyborg humans.
Right.
Yeah, okay, that's Bastion, yeah.
Yeah, he sounds very much.
You think so?
Like Ultron. Okay. Go back and watch it.
Okay.
He does.
Okay.
Like a lot of the stuff he's saying is a lot of stuff that Ultron was saying.
Yeah.
In Age of Ultron.
Oh, like ending humanity and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll have to do that.
Talking about like evolving and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, my army and like all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so go back and watch it. Also, similarity is, I don't know if you noticed, is Scott and Captain America. They're very similar on how they approach things.
Yeah.
And the way they talk.
That's a thing.
Is it?
That's like a similar thing.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I would just very much like for Captain America to be Captain America and Scott to be Scott, but I felt like a lot of times when I was watching Scott, all I could see was Captain America.
I mean, I don't disagree. They're both like the conflicted leaders.
Scott's like, stand down. And it's like, that's exactly what fucking Captain America says. Like, can we get like some different dialogue, some different catchphrases, some different words, some different, some difference? Yeah,
but I mean, like, there's always going to be that comparison of like the X-Men team and the Avengers team. They're all going to have like these archetypes, Wolverine is like unhinged, like the Hulk, and Scott is like the stoic leader, like Captain America, and Beast is like, he's not like cocky like Tony Stark, but he's
You didn't put Beast on here. You're a slack job yokel.
I didn't write Beast. Does that change your whole thing?
I don't know.
Should we do it again?
You didn't put him.
I totally forgot about Beast.
Player.
I totally forgot about Beast. I didn't put Beast?
No.
Oh, we gotta do it all over again. All right, we're gonna start.
No, we're not. Is there anyone else you forgot? I don't really have anyone on it. Neither do those. Everything is goddamn Marvel in here. Okay.
I'm only doing the people that were like actively in the show.
Her hair is long right here.
No, that's what she looks like in the comics.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's Gambit. I mean, no, that's Nightcrawler.
That's Nightcrawler.
Who's that?
Probably Sunspot.
And then Cyclops.
Colossus.
Sorry, not Cyclops. That was Storm and then Wolverine.
Yeah. I was only doing people that were like actively.
Who's that?
Probably Bastion. Because he's like shooting the lasers out of his hands.
Okay, sorry.
It's probably Bastion. Or it's the Inhumans, I don't know. But I was only doing people that were like actively the team in the show, but I did forget Beast.
You did.
Is another one of my favorites. I am a slacker.
You screwed the pooch.
Did I?
You screwed the pooch.
Would you have chosen Beast?
I don't know.
Alright, let's do it again.
Also, by the way, I just wanted to mention that, because we didn't say it in the beginning, is that IMDb gave X-Men 97 a 8.9 out of 10.
And I gave it a 9, you gave it a 7.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it got a 99%.
Really? From the viewers or the critics?
I didn't click on it. It just shows right here.
Well, click it.
I'm gonna click you. I got a 94% from the audience.
94% audience, 99% critics?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone really liked it. I bet that 1% is episode 4, which was just random.
It was random.
And thrown in
But
there.
I told you why I think they did that. Every character has to have like their grow up era, like their grow up episode. And I think it's also because of the fact in that episode she was getting ready. She was turning 18. And she's like, this is all I kind of want to do is play video games.
Go out and hang out, yeah.
And she wants to go to the arcade, and then she goes in the game and sees like her older self says to her, video games rule, like you just can't play video games. You have to like live life, you know, yada yada yada. That kind of like pep talk. She's young,
right?
And Xavier's not there to give it to her. Magneto's not really too great at it, so
yeah. I loved Magneto as a character in this show. Yeah, I really did. Like, again, I'm gonna sing the praises of episode 5 when he's talking to the leech and he's like, "Ich bin Doom," like whatever he says in German. He says, "Don't be afraid," and then they get wiped out.
Yeah.
And then he's very like broken about it, and that's why he's like wanting to declare war, because the Sentinels were created by a human to go against mutants. Well, they're to protect humans, but to protect humans they were eliminating threats, and they see the mutants as a threat. So,
well, wait, what are you talking about? He wanted to declare war when, at the end, or after they got blown up?
Like when he was like going bad in like the last like episodes, like episode 8, when he was like going bad and like wanting to make the meteor and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And he was like breaking up the earth and all that stuff, and like taking all the power down, because he's like, humans have pretty much declared war on us by even creating these machines to take us out. So I can respect that as a...
But the humans didn't even make the machines.
Trask did.
Yeah, but he was influenced to make them by Sinister and Sebastian.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, the humans didn't make them.
Well, initially they did. In the first season, in the first series, the Sentinels were created by Trask. And then I think they were... Bastion was the person that took the humans, and I think Sinister was manipulating them to go into the experiment to become the human Sentinels. The human cyborg.
So the guy who was trying to kill himself, right?
Trask,
And then Rogue pushed him off and he turned into a Sentinel anyways. Yeah. Right. So yeah, he created them, but he didn't create them basically at will. He was manipulated into creating them.
In this series, in the first... In the original show, the Sentinels were a mind project of Trask.
Okay.
And then I need to go back. I'll go back and watch it. So before you start yelling at me in the comments, which you guys love to do, which I also really love because it's awesome and it's fun, because you guys get so angry about just all sorts of stuff.
He literally says that they made me create these. When he was talking to the X-Men before he jumped off the ledge.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Mr. Sinister was pretty big in, I want to say season 2 of. Okay, so maybe I'm completely wrong. And the comments will for surely let me know just how wrong I am.
So they were created by them to destroy the mutants so that they can destroy
the world?
The world so that they can start over, technically.
Okay.
Like a wipe clean.
Like a clean slate?
Like a fresh start, and then I control everything, like I am God type of thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
You know what?
Alright. Okay, well.
Rewatch it.
I will, actually. I will super watch this all over again. I'll watch episode 5 6 more times.
Please don't.
Name's Gambit sees your bet. and raise it. So good.
Does anybody want a husband? Oh my god.
So good. So good. I love Gandhi.
Anywho. Anyways.
Is there anything that you might have wished they'd done differently, or added more of, or reduced less of, or... The cameos were sick. I like that they're making it a global, like, they're bringing everybody in and they're all in the same conflict. You know, like Daredevil getting all messed up and Spider-Man getting mixed up with them, and Captain America and Iron Man, and like Ross, like General Ross was all in there and
he was
stuff.
in there, yeah.
So they're making it like a conflict that includes all of them, which I enjoyed. But I understand why they didn't put more of them in there, because then it wouldn't have become like an X-Men show. It would have been like a Marvel Universe show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can respect why they didn't do that. It is cool that they put it in there, because now, well, essentially, if they want to, which I hope they do, they've just cracked the lid on making a animated cinematic universe. You know what I mean? Because like this show is not going to be connected to the live action stuff, you know. So it would be sick.
And then one of the live actions, I don't remember which movie it was, but
you tell me about it and I'll tell you which one it is.
Magneto and Xavier are sitting down. They're at the bar in the live action one as well, like in the cartoon, but they're at the bar and they're talking. They're talking at a bar. I don't remember which one it was. I don't want to say it was Apocalypse, but it was like basically like their first meeting or whatever, almost. I think. How they had it on the thing.
Yeah.
But only difference is that when they did the live action one, Xavier had hair. And this one, Xavier had already lost his hair, which we thought Xavier lost his hair because of Apocalypto. Whatever.
Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Because of like him doing the mind transfer.
So I guess that's where if I was like, because I am a new person coming into watching this, that's where I would get confused. Is like, of course, like movies are not always going to be the same as the comics, or the comics might not always be completely accurate as to the animated versions of those. But as a new person coming in, like, and I haven't watched the live action, so I'm thinking, okay, like, well, I've seen this and this happens in this, but now I'm seeing this and this is different. And of course, they can switch up whatever they want. It's a story, right? Yeah. But it would also confuse a person on timelines and when stuff is happening and how things are going.
Yeah, but it's been declared that like the animated show is not part of the overall storyline, and if we're going there.
It's not a part of the overall storyline, but they literally have some of the same clips that are in the movies, the live action movies.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think what they're doing is they're drawing the correlation between the source material. Because they're pulling, it's only one source material. The animated show and the live action movies can only pull from the comics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously there's going to be some overlap there. But as far as I know, in the movies, because these guys love telling us how we don't know the comics.
I know. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Just because of you guys, we're gonna go buy some comics.
Thanks for keeping us informed.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Since you know so much.
Their first meeting, according to the movies, was when Magneto was going after Sebastian Shaw in First Class and wrecking the yacht with like the anchor, and then he's like following the submarine.
Oh, okay.
And then Xavier jumps onto him and says, don't stop, you'll drown.
Okay, yeah,
that was essentially their first meeting.
Okay.
There was a bar scene where they go to talk to Wolverine, which was a cameo in the First Class, where they're like, hey, you need to join us, and he's like, go f*** yourself, you know, and he tells him to hit the road. And there wasn't any scene like that, I don't think, in
I'll have to watch them
Days of Future Past, and I don't think there was a scene like that in Apocalypse.
I'll now have to watch them all over again. Yeah, me. I need to watch. We gotta watch them all over again, anyways, because Deadpool is about to come out, so we have to.
Look forward. Hit subscribe. First of all,
that one's gonna have some adult beverage games in it.
Look forward to our Deadpool versus Wolverine review. When we watch the movie, we are gonna rank every single X-Men movie, including the 2 previous Deadpool movies. So look forward to that, and we look forward to seeing what your guys' rankings are So that's going to be coming up soon. So we're going to be doing that. This is going to be, there's a lot of cool stuff coming, and we'll hopefully have that Deadpool review for you
on time.
So you guys can keep up with us and let us know your thoughts. I did write a little question, now that we're talking about it, a little agree or disagree. Deadpool and Wolverine, the movie, will single-handedly get the MCU back on track. 1, 2, 3. Agree, definitely. I think they're going to do a lot to also...
Let's hope.
Yeah, let's definitely hope. If nothing else, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be absolutely entertaining. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have like an awesome chemistry.
I'm not tired.
Want me to edit that part out?
No, I covered my...
Oh. They have like an awesome chemistry. They're friends, you know.
There's some top contenders, though, for movies right now. There's Inside Out 2. There's Bad Boys 3.
No, it's like Bad Boys 5.
4, whatever. That came out. That grossed a lot.
No, there was like Bad Boys for Life, and now it's like Bad Boys Ride or Die. It's like the 5th one.
Yeah, but it grossed a lot.
Did it really?
Yeah, it did really well. And then there's A Quiet Place is coming out.
Oh, what, day 1 or whatever?
Yeah.
That one's... Is it out yet?
I don't know. It might be. I think it is. I honestly
don't know.
That's out. And then, yeah, Wolverine and Deadpool. So there's a lot of contenders for top spot for the movie this year.
Well, we should definitely do...
We're going to go see Inside Out 2 today, but...
We're going to do an Inside Out...
Maybe we can go see it Sunday.
...episode, and we'll do, like... I want to do, like, a Pixar ranking. That's a lot of movies to watch.
It's a lot of movies.
But we've seen most of them.
Oh, yeah.
We could just watch the ones that we don't remember very well.
Okay, this is
This is like sidebar.
Sidebar conversations.
But getting back on track, X-Men 97. Did you get a lot out of it? Did you get a lot of enjoyment from it?
Yeah, I think the first time I watched it, I think when I first put it on, the first 2 episodes, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't think I started getting into it until episode maybe 6 or 7.
Sure.
Is when it starts to kind of pick up for me.
Because it did the right thing of using the first couple episodes to bring the people who haven't seen it, the first original series, into it, but then it also did a great job of continuing that for the people that have seen it.
Well, it was a little all over the place at first, so I think by like episode 6 or 7 is when everything kind of starts... That's episode like 7. Everything kind of starts tying in before like the last episode.
Like the finale.
So I thought it was pretty good. I usually don't watch stuff like that. So I watch like murder mysteries.
I thought it was awesome. And I loved the fact that they brought back several of the same voice actors. Like from... Like...
I'm listening. Sorry, I need it now.
Yeah, Wolverine is the same voice actor. I think Rogue is the same voice actor. I think Cyclops definitely sounds like the same voice actor, but I'm not sure if it was. I don't think Jean Grey is the same voice actor. There's a lot of... There's some people that are from voice actors in the original series that are voicing a different character. I know that. I don't know every single one, but... There is great voice acting, there's great action, there's great animation, the characters are really cool. It definitely lets you know that you are in this universe, which I think is really great. And if they wanted to, they definitely cracked the lid on if they wanted to expand this animated.
Well, it said to be continued.
Yeah.
So
if it's to be continued, you could, and they introduced legitimately... First of all, Ross, like Captain America and Iron Man, sure, but the fact that like Ross is like very kind of in more than a few episodes, and Spider-Man, Daredevil, Cloak and Dagger, Omega Red was brought in, Silver Samurai was kind of a cameo on the sidelines, but the fact that they're just letting you know that these all exist, that to be continued, shows to me that maybe they do, maybe they don't. It would be a lot to bring in all in like one season, because that would be a lot of variables, but it lets you know that it's a possibility, you know, which would be sick. So I'm super excited for the future.
Obviously, he never talks this much about stuff he's not excited for.
You want to talk?
No.
Go ahead.
No.
The floor is yours.
No.
I'll be the standby.
No.
I'll just be the attractive on-screen talent.
Oh, your green shirt, you little leprechaun.
Shut your lips. You're saying that because I have a ginger beard. I really enjoyed the show, man.
Obviously.
I did. What I want. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I don't know.
We're gonna say it's time to go.
Do you want Gambit to stay dead?
I don't know. I don't know that much about Gambit. That was my first time seeing Gambit.
Well, no, I'm just talking about, like, do you want them to kill people and then keep bringing them back? Like that thing.
I don't know. I don't know.
As much as I love Gambit, he's literally probably my #1 favorite X-Men. I want him to stay dead because then it creates an actual kind of tension. You know, it creates like an actual stakes that people will die and stay dead. And I think that's super important. Otherwise, you're not emotionally invested. Like when that happened, when he's like going after the Master Mold and he gets like stabbed in the side and he gets like stopped and he gets pulled up and then he uses his ability to put the kinetic energy through the whole thing and blow himself up.
We get it. It's your favorite episode.
Yeah, it is. But I'm saying that it was very like well done. Yeah, very courageous. Because you're led to believe that Gambit is kind of selfish from the first few episodes or from the original show. Not really though, because he protected Jubilee from the Sentinels in the first episodes, and he's always been someone looking out for other people. But I'm sorry, am I just gushing over Gambit right now?
Yeah, you are. You really are. And I'm just sitting here.
Okay, you have the floor, man.
No, I don't want the floor. The floor is yours, obviously.
I'm getting on the floor.
Tell him with Gambit, probably.
Shut your lips.
Go ahead and finish professing your love for Gambit.
I think he's a great character, dude. He's awesome. And he was making beignets with his crop top. Looking all sexy.
We know what he was doing when he was younger.
But I will say, what is like your favorite, do you have a favorite, excluding episode 5, because we all know that was really amazing. I loved it. Do you have a favorite action sequence or a favorite like that was sick moment?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think
Sadly.
another one that I really enjoyed just watching the first episode was when the X-Jet gets all destroyed and then Cyclops says, "See you on the ground," and he just like straight nosedives with no parachute and uses his optical blast to break the fall. That was sick. There was one in, I want to say, episode 6 where Storm like faces the adversary and gets her powers back. That was pretty sick. I can't lie.
Yeah, that was cool. The only part, like I said, is I didn't like it. She just came from under the ground and then it was gone for like maybe 15 minutes.
What? The adversary?
No, her. She got her powers back.
Oh yeah. I will say I think the writing in this show is really good. There was one quote that I remember where I think it was Beast. He was talking to Forge. He was like, something, you know, like, how is this possible? And then Forge just goes, just thought about it. Because his power is like what he can think he can make, which is freaking awesome. Would you want that power? Would you rather have mind manipulation or like mind creation?
If I had mind creation,
what would you make? Would you make a better husband?
maybe.
Is that your whole answer?
Yeah. One and done.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. It has a rewatchability for sure. Because I want to be able, I'm about to go watch YouTube videos now, and there's gonna be one that's probably like every single X-Men or character that was presented in X-Men 97. You know, have you heard of a channel called New Rockstars?
No.
You should watch them. They're really good.
I'm not watching
They break down
anything.
every single thing frame by frame.
I'm not watching anything that Austin recommends me to watch.
Why? I recommended this.
Yeah.
And you watched it?
Whose idea was this?
His idea was what? To watch X-Men 97?
Oh, shut up.
According to you.
It was yours.
Yeah. So what is that supposed to mean?
I'm tired.
You know what?
I'm sorry. The good Bev got me feeling good. I'm sorry.
Is it called Good Bev?
Yeah.
It is. It's Good Bev Co.
Drink responsibly.
Yes. Please do.
But
we do not condone alcohol consumption on a irregular basis.
Okay. For him, that's only just 2 days out of the week, apparently.
So.
But no, I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
I gave it my rating. I'll watch it again. Like I said, it usually takes me a couple times to watch something to really immerse myself into it. So I'll watch it again. Maybe I'll come back with like a little snippet on a different episode of me if I've changed my rating or not.
Sure.
But overall, I thought it was okay. I watched the whole thing. I watched it twice. I thought it was cool.
Do you think that from watching this, because like the show, the original animated series was very like driven by the comics, and this, carries that on. Do you think that there is, what do you think of the comparisons between the animated characters and the on-screen live action characters?
I don't know. I think they're all pretty much the same.
Like Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm.
They didn't put Gambit in the live action. I didn't see
Gambit's in X-Men Origins Wolverine for like 2 scenes.
No, wasn't memorable. So I don't remember it.
Not really.
Jean Grey was the same person. Scott was the same person. All over Jean Grey's nuts. Wolverine was the same person. An asshole.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler, he was the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier and Magnus, the same people. Obviously, a little bit different.
Yeah, I think the on-screen. I think Magneto on the live-action movies is
Storm, a little bit different, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rogue. Rogue is
different.
not really comparable because
Rogue is different. She's not the same person.
In the movies, she was like just being brought in, versus in the show, she was already
there.
A full-fledged X-Men. Yeah. And also, her powers are wildly different in the live-action, but that is, that's a discussion for another time. Final thoughts?
I'm ready to go jump into the pool.
Are you? That's not what I was asking.
You said final thoughts. That was the last thing I was thinking. That was the final thought I was having. You said final thoughts.
We still need to talk for like 14 more minutes.
He gonna be talking by himself.
We need to have a 55-minute episode.
Go get some glasses and put a robe on, and you can sit here in your chair and just talk to your camera.
Okay.
All right.
Dude, you know what? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'll go get a different shirt, and I'll just talk to myself like this, and I'll put my shirt on, and then go on that seat, and then and then edit it, and look like I'm talking to myself.
That's what you should do from the get-go. Why am I even here?
Because it'll be hard.
I could have just been production. I could have just turned the camera slightly every couple of times.
You don't have to turn it.
A little bit.
No. Because I'll just cut it. I'll edit it.
Okay, I could have turned the camera off and on when you switch sides. It made it easier for you.
You know what?
You know what?
I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you a question too. Can we go?
I thought you were a part of this, man.
What do you want from me?
People are gonna think that we're just ramblers.
What do you want from me with these questions, dog? All these goddamn questions.
Would you rather travel back in time for 1 hour?
Absolutely.
I guess we're done because my wife doesn't want to be a co-host. So that's unfortunate.
Travel back in time for 1 hour?
Her idea. If
1 hour?
Finish the question.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Read the question, doggy.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope. You've ruined it.
Read the question. You see how sensitive he is? It's so easy to get to him.
I'm done here.
Read the question.
Would you rather travel back in time for 1 hour and control where you go, or travel forward in time and have no control where you go?
Backwards.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where would you go?
To the hour before I looked at your Instagram.
Oh, yeah?
And tell myself, don't look at it. I'm just kidding.
You're just like walking through a door. Don't look at Instagram.
Don't do it.
You're like, why?
Like,
Wouldn't you be more intrigued to go look at it if your
No.
future self?
No.
How would you react to that? How do you think your present self would react to your future self?
I'd be like, why? Be like, because if you knew that you'd be doing podcasts at 4 p.m. on a Friday evening when it's a whopping 98 degrees outside and you got some little alcohol pouches in the freezer, you wouldn't want to risk that. You'd probably not look.
As Charles Xavier would say, it'll lead you down a dangerous path.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I would go forward in time, even if it was like 12 minutes in the future. That would be cool. Then you could see 12 minutes ahead and see where you're at, and then you can come back in time
I'm gonna
and
say
like
something highly inappropriate.
Like what?
Nothing.
It's the Rated R podcast now.
No, it isn't.
Might as well say it.
Your mother watches this.
Does she?
Maybe.
Maybe.
She knows our secrets.
All right. In closing, my wife is a slack-jawed co-host, who wanted me to do this podcast.
It's crazy because in the beginning of this, you said my wife is amazing.
My wife is amazing.
See what I mean? This is why I'm not doing it.
All right. X-Men 97. Really awesome show. I'm going to go back and watch all the original episodes. My wife is going to watch them too, and we're going to talk about that at some point. Maybe, probably, hopefully. Let us know in the comments. Did you like the show? Did you watch the show? Who's your favorite X-Men? What X-Men power would you like to have? If you could have an X-Men power for one day, what would it be, and what would you do with it? What would you do with it? What X-Men power would you have for one day?
I'd be on vacation right now.
With what power?
I'd be any power.
Nightcrawler.
At this point, any power.
Yeah.
I'd be on vacation, hitting slot machines, walking on the beach with a perfectly frozen margarita. No kids, no husband, no dog, no cat.
I would probably choose...
Just me.
I'll probably choose...
I choose all in one package.
I mean, yeah, like Nightcrawler or Forge. Because Forge, you could just make a bunch of stuff. And then if it's only one day...
Can you pick one?
You just make a bunch... So yeah, I'll go Forge. So you make a bunch of stuff in one day.
Okay.
And then you keep that stuff. So you make like a super awesome gaming computer to play games with. You
Great.
make a gaming system.
Perfect.
You make a gaming unit.
Amazing.
You make a gaming
Brilliant.
center. You know what, dude? I literally thought this was going to be fun.
It's great.
No,
I'm having a
literally
great time.
agonizing.
I'm having a
Over here.
great time.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments. Let us know if you think I need a new co-host, because this one's not cutting it. I'm gonna bleep that out. It's gonna go. I'm gonna do the blur.
All right, thank you guys for watching. We love your support. We love your follows, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Peace out. I was gonna throw something at the end.
I'm gonna throw you.
Okay.
All right.